Using the right cell references means I can write this formula once, copy it across this entire table, and every total calculates correctly. But if the wrong part of the reference moves, the entire calculation can break. Google Sheets has three types of cell references. We have relative, absolute, and mixed. Each one controls what happens to a formula when you copy it somewhere else. I'm Matt. This is the Real World Teacher, and today I'm going to show you how all three work using this sales sheet. To calculate the sales total, I need three pieces of information from this row. I need the quantity sold, the unit price, and the discount percentage. We need to understand some basic bed mass in order to do this. I'm going to start with an equal sign because I need to do some math. I'm going to multiply the quantity that I've sold by how much I sell each one for. Because I'm giving a 10% discount, I know I only get 90% of the original unit price. To represent that in the formula, I have to multiply by 90%, but I don't just want to type that in, so I have to reference the discount percentage. I'm going to multiply by 1 minus my discount percent, which gives us zero point 0.9 or 90%. I need brackets around that so that it calculates it correctly. From there, you can hit enter. You can see it wants to autofill, but for this, I'm just going to ignore that for now. We now have the calculated total for the first sale after the discount. When I copy this formula down, Google Sheets automatically adjusts the references for each row. So instead of using the numbers in row 2, like the one, $322.89 and the 10%, when I move to the next one, it will pull from these three, and each one will be relative to what you're trying to look for. So I could drag down a few. You can see it automatically changes, but to get all the way down quickly, you can just double click in the bottom right hand corner. These are relative references because nothing is locked in, so the references move relative to where the formula is copied. An absolute reference is used when one cell needs to stay fixed. In this sheet, the tax rate is stored in M2. Every sale uses the same tax rate, so I don't want this reference to move when I copy the formula down. To calculate the total with tax, I'll take the sales total that I have in I2 and multiply it by 1 plus the tax rate. To do that in my spreadsheet, I start with my equal sign, I select the total, and then I multiply it by 1 plus my tax rate. That needs to go in brackets to align with bed mass. In order to make M2 an absolute reference, I need dollar signs to tell the spreadsheet that I always want to come back to 13%, the value in M2. Two different ways to do that. I could manually go in and put a dollar sign in front of the M in front of the 2, which tells the spreadsheet I want it to stay in column M and stay in row 2. The faster way would be pressing F4 on your keyboard. When you do that, it automatically puts the dollar signs for you. Depending on the type of keyboard that you have, you might have a key that says FN. If you hold that down and press F4, that should happen. Hit enter. I'll allow it to autofill in this case. It then goes all the way down. As we go down, everything continues to reference this tax rate here. In our formula, if we forgot to put the dollar signs to tell the spreadsheet to lock into M2, always stay with that 13%, I hit enter, I autofill all the way down. You can see that this definitely doesn't match what we had before because there's some value errors. Without telling the spreadsheet to always stay in one cell, it's going to treat it like a relative reference. You can see here, it's going 1 plus M11, which is my mixed reference spot, which is incorrect. That's why you need to remember to use the dollar signs to lock it in. The third type is a mixed reference. This locks in either the column or the row, but not both. For this example, I have sales totals going down the side of a commission table. There's 3 different commission rates going across the top, 3, 5, and 7%. I would like to calculate every possible combination without writing a separate formula for each cell. In the first empty cell, I'm going to multiply the sales total by the commission rate of 3%. Starting off, I have my equal sign, I'm multiplying my sales total by the commission rate. Currently, I'm not telling the spreadsheet to always reference a row or a column. Given that I'm always looking at the sales total, I would like it to always stay in column M. In order to do that, I need a dollar sign before M so it knows to always stay in that column. And then I have my commission rates in this row in row 13, which means that I need a dollar sign before my 13. I hit enter. It wants to autofill down. You can drag across. You could drag down to fill out your table. There are faster ways. And then I'd also like dollar signs in this just to format as a currency. And you can see it's done like that. With one formula, the entire table calculates correctly. Here's the easiest way to remember the three types of references. A relative reference has no dollar signs because nothing is locked in. An absolute reference locks both the column and the row, and a mixed reference locks either the column or the row. The dollar sign locks or anchors whatever comes immediately after it. Before copying a formula, ask yourself, what needs to move and what needs to stay fixed? That tells you whether you need a relative, absolute, or mixed reference. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more real-world skills from spreadsheets to personal finance and beyond, because this is the stuff that school skipped.